First, I won't call it the Chinese AI advancement. I think US is still ahead in terms of innovation within AI. I think people giving a lot of attention to what being built with DeepSeek open source model, but on the other side, open source community has been developing a lot in United States, and also the reason success of the DeepSeek was able to exist also based on the foundation built up in United States. You only have the large model to generate the training data for smaller model like DeepSeek be able to make it work. And another thing is just the exploration of a different type of architecture. They're doing not essentially 100% new. They're also still building everything on top of transformer model, which is the model been building up in United States for a long time. So as I said, it's a big improvement for the scaling law. This is a big milestone for the open source community, but it is open source. It's benefiting everyone. I would say even the startup company in United States and also the company working on the AI model in US also benefit a lot by learning this new architect from the DeepSeek. So I won't worry too much about this so-called competition between US and China. I didn't see it that way.
Lu Zhang, as you know, there's still a lot of skepticism about Chinese technology and the intent of the Chinese here to perhaps use this as a tool of international leverage and overall influence. What's your reaction to that? And given the fact that this is open source, it certainly lowers the barrier for entry for countries that do not have artificial intelligence infrastructure, like India, for example. Is this a tool of Chinese leverage?
I think it's for everyone's leverage. Yes, of course, it lowered the barrier for other countries outside United States be able to leverage AI model, advance the AI model with a lower cost. But essentially, within the United States, now the biggest challenge of us to deploying AI solution is still the cost of the technology. So it's a good news for the whole industry. And of course, it's also helping country not necessarily have lots of foundation in the past. Right now, they can build up their own model and start to deploy application. But we have to admit, it's definitely improved the acceleration of the adoption across the globe and across the industry. So I just feel like, especially based on what is being reacted on the public market and also lots of buzzword around this country rivalry, etc., it's over-exaggerated. I purely think, this is something extraordinary for open source community and also proven how much diversity could be bring in and the creativity can bring in if we have a collaborative open source community that everyone share knowledge with each other instead of just focus on closed source and trying to only focus on one direction.